You waited 3 minutes for this one appointment, and 12 minutes later, you're back in the car thinking, I didn't even get to explain it the way that I felt it. Or worse, you did, and you still didn't leave with real answers. I'm Dr. Mitch, board certified family medicine physician with a focus on integrative care. And today I'm giving you the exact tool that I wish every patient brought to their visit that turns confusing symptoms into language that doctors are trained to hear. Because the truth is, how you describe your symptoms can be the difference between a correct diagnosis and months of getting nowhere. Now, most people show up to appointments overwhelmed, and I totally get it. You're anxious, you've waited like 3 months to get into this appointment, and the second the doctor walks through the door, your mind just goes blank. But I wanna let you in on a little secret. Each little clue that a doctor listens for is like a fingerprint at a crime scene. But the problem is most patients describe their symptoms like they're telling a story. It's full of context, emotion, and lots of background information. It's essentially like writing a memoir when the doctor only needs the crime scene report. The result is that you're both speaking English, but it's like two people having completely different conversations. That's why I created something called the Smart Symptom Spreadsheet, which is a tool that turns your symptom-based story into a clinical roadmap. Think of it like translating your health experience into GPS coordinates. Instead of saying, I don't know, somewhere over there, you're handing the doctor the exact location of what's going on. Honestly, if every patient handed this to me at the start of each visit, we'd waste less time and get answers faster. Remember when I said that doctors listen for patterns? Well, we actually use a structure, sort of a mental checklist, every single time that you mention a symptom. It's called OLDCAARTS, and here's what it stands for. O is onset. When did it start? L is location. Where is it in the body? D is duration. Is it constant? Does it come and go? C is character. Is it stabbing, burning? A is aggravating factors, what makes it worse. The other A is alleviating factors, what makes it better. R is radiation, does it spread or go anywhere else in the body? T is timing, does it change based on a certain time of the day? And S is severity, how bad is it on a scale of 1 to 10? Now, you don't have to memorize all that, that's why I built the actual spreadsheet. But let me walk you through a real life example based on someone that comes in to see me who's complaining of stomach pain. So they walk through the door, and the first thing they say to me is, Doc, the stomach pain, it's taking me out, brother. I'm gonna die. Now, what I'm gathering and going through my mental checklist after this individual has told me their whole story, I'm looking for O, or onset. It started 2 days ago. L for location, it's in the right lower part of my stomach. D, duration, it's been there for 2 days, but has gotten worse over the last 10 hours. C for character, it's a stabbing or sharp pain. A, or aggravating factor, it's worse when I bend over. The other A, alleviating factor, it gets better when I lay down. R, radiation, the pain spreads throughout my whole stomach. T, timing, it's worse at night and better in the morning. And S, severity, at its worst, it's a 7 out of 10, but it's been a 3 out of 10 at its best. Now, this is me sifting through my own mental checklist after someone comes in and tells me a story. But if I got this from the start, to say all that information legitimately takes under 60 seconds. It's clean, focused, and very clinically useful. Now compare this to story mode and something that I typically see in my office. I was on the phone with my mom, and all of a sudden I had some stomach pain. I couldn't really tell where it was coming from, but my mom was criticizing me on the fact that I don't come see her and my dad enough, so I couldn't tell if it was from stress or not. It felt like it was in the right lower part of my stomach, but honestly, I don't remember. It was 2 days ago, and I thought it was just like bad gas or something I ate because we had takeout that night and it was kind of greasy, but I mean, maybe not worse than usual, but I remember thinking like, man, this just doesn't sit right. Anyway, the pain's in the right lower part of my stomach, almost like where my appendix would be. I don't know, I Google mapped the organs, but then it also kind of like wraps around sometimes, not like wrapping, but it radiates a little bit. It's not just in one place anymore. Saying all of this information probably takes at least 3 minutes, if not more. And all I really know at this point is you may have some stomach pain that's kind of in the right lower part of your stomach and sort of started 2 days ago, but it also might be wrapping around your body. I'm not quite totally sure. You see how much different this is than the first example. When you have everything listed out, boom, it takes under a minute and we're well on our way to narrowing in on a diagnosis. So getting to the SMART symptom spreadsheet, all you gotta do is with each of your symptoms, fill out these 8 little boxes. The first is symptom. This is one word, like fatigue. The next is describe it in 1 sentence. The third is when did it start? The fourth is how long has it lasted? Duration. The fifth is severity on a scale of 1 to 10. The sixth is what makes it worse. The seventh is what makes it better. And the last part are just some general notes of miscellaneous information that may be pertinent to you. This honestly takes your symptom from vague to clinically useful. So let me go through a real life example of how I'd interpret a SMART symptom. Let's say a patient shows up with fatigue and they write this. The symptom is fatigue. It's constant low energy, especially in the afternoons. It started in January 2024. It's been going on for about 6 months and it's a 7 out of 10. It's worse when skipping meals and not getting good sleep, but it's better with high protein intake, naps, and walking. Some notes that the patient wrote down is it's worse after lunch and better on the weekends. So as a physician, I immediately can clue into the fact that this fatigue is considered chronic, meaning it's lasting longer than 6 months. It may be metabolic or nutritional. It's probably not just stress. It's worse after meals, maybe some sort of glucose dysregulation, and protein helps this, maybe cluing me into a nutritional deficiency, potentially like a low iron or B12 deficiency. All of this guides more focused labs, smarter questions, and better results. This sheet honestly gives me the coordinates and we can drive straight to the problem together. Some real life things that this changes before and after are things like I just feel bad all the time. It's like this weird pressure in my chest. Sometimes I'm anxious. I don't know. It's kind of hard to explain. Whereas after you have the SMART symptom spreadsheet, my heart races mostly in the evening and after coffee. It started 2 months ago. Stress makes it worse and magnesium helps. You see how much this is helpful. It's the difference between saying my house is cold versus my thermostat is broken and my house gets cold after 9 p.m. every day. One tells a story where the other gets a problem fixed. So quick tips how to get the most out of this spreadsheet. Track 1 to 3 symptoms max at a time. Don't overwhelm yourself and don't overwhelm your doctor. Bring printed or typed notes and actually hand this to your doctor at your next visit. And just repeat this for different specialists that you may see. It works for GI, neuro issues, etc. Honestly, if you've ever been told that your labs are normal, coming with clarity to doctor's appointments is not about being difficult, it's about being heard. This one sheet might be the difference between another dead end and finally getting answers. I have this link down below completely for free, so check it out. Finally, if this video resonated with you and you want a space that you can come and journey along other individuals who may be dealing with the exact same health issues you are, join our free community, Vitals and Voices, where I break down tools like this one every week. It's completely free. I'll put a link to that in the description below as well. Let your conversation be always full of grace, seasoned with salt, so you may know how to answer everyone. This is from the book of Colossians, chapter 4, verse 6. You were made to advocate for your health with grace and wisdom, and now you have the tool to do just that.